as we are underway. It'll be a back-in call that'll keep possession with Tonawanda. Here is we welcome you once again into Cornerstone Arena. Apologies, might have had it muted for the first few seconds, but either way, we're all good to go now as Tonawanda has first possession. Outside rip, overhand stopped, rebound kept out by Tanyan Davis. A nice early save for the starting goaltender for the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks, Tanyan Davis, as it looks like we will have our first penalty of the game coming up. And it'll be a too many men call going against Tuscarora. An early point of emphasis that you will see here in this game. The officials have had to emphasize that from some rulings coming down from the top. So too many men the call against Tuscarora, and we will see the power play on the floor for the first time today for the Junior Braves. Chucky Redmond, leading scorer for the Akron Tigers in high school. One of the best players on this Junior Braves team, no doubt. He has the ball up top. Low rip, and he scores! Proving me right is Chucky Redmond. That's why he is one of the best players on this Junior Braves team. They lead it 1-0. You'll get another look at this one. Just a great low rip by Chucky Redmond to get this game's opening goal, as it is his first of the game and first of the season. Chucky Redmond scores on the power play to give Tonawanda the early advantage. Tuscarora will get possession off the draw and will start their attack. It's a new-look Tomahawks team trying to build off of a runner-up finish last year, second in the regular season, their best finish ever, but second overall, falling to the Seneca War Chiefs in the First Nations Championship game. Quick shot on, goes off the crossbar. Pregel might have caught a piece of it. Either way, it's kept out, as that was a golden opportunity there for the Braves, or for the Tomahawks, excuse me, as I want to say that was Printup letting the shot go, but the save made, and possession back with Tonawanda. Mentioned Tuscarora getting all the way to the championship game. Well, the team they beat to get there was this Tonawanda Junior Braves team. And Tonawanda trying to get some early revenge. It's a 2-0 lead for the Braves. Get another look at this one. It was Spencer Jonathan just caught the tail end of it there. Jonathan taps that one home to give Tonawanda the early lead, not even 2 minutes into this contest. Braves looking for some revenge on Tuscarora, but they're also looking to get their first ever victory over Tuscarora at the Junior B level. 0-11, just something that was quite surprising to me upon doing my prep for this game. 0-11 all-time record for the Braves, 0-3 in the postseason. All three of those playoff losses last year. Redmond nearly breaking out the highlight reel plays there, but Tanyan Davis able to keep it out. What a sequence that nearly led to the third early goal for Tonawanda. Tuscarora now looking to try and find an early answer. Dakota Ferguson. Tomahawks going to rely heavily on him this year. His shot turned away by Jackson Bob Pregel, the starting goaltender in this game for Tuscarora. They print up. Moves it onto the far side. Having some trouble keeping control there is Michael Torrey. Pinned up against the boards here. Torrey and Vranges fighting hard for it. Neither one going to come up with it. It'll end up in the stick of Aiden Button. Now here is James Messer. Going to toss it over to a teammate with some fresh legs off the bench. It's Styles Jonathan. Styles Jonathan plays it over the near side, back to the far side. Opening it himself up in the middle there for a shot was Nick Fry, but kept out by Tanyan Davis. Man, oh man, it's a good thing for the Tomahawks that Davis has been as on point as he has so far, or else this game could look a lot different. The Junior Braves bringing the hammer here early. Outside bounce shot there, stopped by Davis. Savino Gerasi letting that shot go. Heavy cross-check delivered there, knocking Nick Fry to the floor. But the tough youngster will get right back up and get back into the play. 17 on the shot clock. Outside rip, and they score! Ace Abrams with a picture-perfect outside shot gives Tonawanda the 3-0 lead. Shots here early on, 9-2 in favor of the Braves. As apologies once again, just too late getting that, but you get a nice look at the celly for Ace Abrams and company as Tonawanda shooting at a 33% clip right now. They lead it 3-0, and they win the draw and will have possession back. This is a very good early start to this game for the Junior Braves. You can tell this team playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, knowing how last season ended. The 3-0 series sweep against this Tuscarora team in a series that many would not have thought would go 3-0, as that shot rung off the post by number 10, Savino Gerasi for Tonawanda. When I would have some of my friends and some people that may not even really know lacrosse that much watch that series, they would tell me, Trevor, this does not look like a series that would be a 3-0 sweep for one team. And it's like, yeah, the games were that close, competitive. They just all happened to go one way. 11-9 and 13-12 were the score of the first two games between these two squads in the playoffs last year. Game 3 got a bit out of hand, 17-11 in favor of Tuscarora. But really, the first two and most pivotal games were close all the way down to the last second, as heavy cross-checks delivered here, but maneuvering his way through them is Pack. Pack looking to go coast to coast here. Pack with a shot, stopped by Pregel. Great little trail check there from Redmond to throw off the rhythm of Pack and do just enough to help keep that ball out from the back of the net. On the far side, it's Jake Smith. Gonna leave it for his teammate. Now here is Jonathan. Clyde Jonathan. Pass into the middle from Stiles. Doesn't connect. Loose ball picked up by Torrey. Torrey trying to find his man on the far side. Having some trouble controlling it is Testa, and he'll still have some trouble. Possession turned over. Jonathan passes in front. Shot on. Stopped by Davis. Nice save there for Tanyan Davis to prevent Nick Fry from getting the important goal. Everybody kind of slipping and sliding. The latest is Connor Peck. Bringing it up the floor now is Jacob Benz. Plays his college lacrosse locally in Buffalo, New York with the Duville Saints under head coach Jack Wilson. Now getting the opportunity with Randy Chrysler leading the way for Tuscarora. Nearly a giveaway from Pregel as that ball skipped just past the stick of Heath Printup. It'll end up being turned over once again as both these teams struggling with the early turnovers. 2-on-2 now. Could be a chance. Driving in. Shot on. Stopped by Davis. Savino Gerasi with the shot. Another chance here. Stopped by Davis. Oh my goodness. Tanyan Davis being absolutely peppered here early on, but he has been up to the task. Tonawanda with another shot. Stopped by Davis. Ace Abrams looking for the in-tight score, but Tanyan Davis keeps it at 3-0 here in the first period of play. 13 minutes left to go. I apologize for our score clock here. It is very difficult to read, so I'll try my best to reset the time and everything for all you fine folks watching at home. As that shot turned away by Pregel, let go by Shiloh Bishop. And now a call will keep possession with Tuscarora, as we thank you all so very much for joining us here inside of Cornerstone Arena. Low rip there, stopped by Pregel. Letting that one go is Connor Vaughn. Ball goes out of play and possession will stay with the junior Tomahawks. Printup steps in the middle. Heath Printup with a shot, just goes over. Another low rip, this time kept out by Pregel. Jerry Dadsey letting the low shot go, but Jackson Bob Pregel was ready for it as he keeps his shutout intact for the time being. Here is Nick Fry, the All-American. Plays his collegiate lacrosse over at Canisius. Low to high rip there, kept out by Tanyan Davis. That one coming from Ace Abrams. Pass into the middle. Bobbling around. Who's going to come up with this one? I think that was Styles Jonathan going forward along with Chucky Redman, but it will take a fortuitous bounce for Tonawanda and pop out to Anthony Abrams. Fry into the middle. Jonathan with a low rip, just wide. Loose ball picked up off the bounce by Benz, but he loses control, and a penalty will be called, and it's going against Abrams and Tonawanda. It'll be an illegal cross-check. Let's see if we got a look at it here. As there you can see Benz making his way up the floor. A heavy slash delivered initially, then that second effort is the illegal cross-check, and that will give Tuscarora their first shot on the power play here this evening. Mike Hayes, the captain for the junior Tomahawks, going to go in and set some picks. Ball on the far side, moved over to Vaughn. Good ball movement so far from the Tomahawks, as that one kept out on the shot by Heath Day Printup. Now looking to break out here are the junior Braves. Getting tied up on the far side is Clyde Jonathan, but he's doing a good job to maneuver his way through a few different Tomahawk defenders. Jonathan still has the ball. Great effort there from Clyde Jonathan, and the Tonawanda faithful in attendance will let them know their appreciation. Shot on there, kept out. Good chance shorthanded for Nick Fry, but once again another point-blank save from Tanyan Davis. He has been the best player on the floor so far, and it's a good thing for the junior Tomahawks. Mike Hayes, somebody that was critical for Tuscarora's success last season. Tomahawks going to be relying on Hazer even more this year. Quick shot on from the low corner is kept out by Pregel. Knocking his man down. There is Torrey. Now Hayes' shot stopped by Pregel. Good saves from Jackson Bob Pregel to keep this a 3-0 game, as Cameron Wild going to get the crowd going. Pass in the middle. Open look there. Stopped by Davis. Savino Geraci again with another great chance, but Tanyan Davis able to keep the deficit at just 3. Only 20 seconds remain in the penalty to Anthony Abrams. Tonawanda should be in no hurry. They can kill the rest of this penalty off and maybe get one more good shot off shorthanded. Let's see what happens here. Outside rip, and they score! An outside bouncer from Ace Abrams. It's a shorthanded goal, and Tonawanda leads this game 4-0. And we'll have a goalie water break, which might work as just a pseudo timeout for Tuscarora. Here you'll get another look at Abrams just stepping into the middle and ripping that one to beat Davis low. The shots at the break, 18-8 in favor of Tonawanda, and many of those 18 shots coming from either point-blank range or wide open range, as the junior Braves have been getting some great looks. As we'll take a look at the chat here. See some SCO Braves in the chat. Let's go nephew Vince from Coda Whitlow. Aiden Blue Eye cheering on the Braves. Let's go 77. Yeah, Chuck. SCO Bence. Heenan Scroggs saying about time 77s. Let's go Spence as well from Heather Ground. Love seeing all the support for everybody in the chat. If you're watching somebody in particular, a player, a team, drop that in the chat. I love to read them out as often as I can. And with 9:45 left to go in the first period of play, it is a 4-0 lead for the Tonawanda Junior Braves over the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks. It has been all Tonawanda so far. And a little flinch, the ever so slightest of flinches from Styles Jonathan, will give possession to Tuscarora. Right off the draw, shot on, kept out by Pregel. Could be a transition chance for Tonawanda. Man up the floor, and they'll find him. Abrams, stopped by Davis. Anthony Abrams right out of the box, nearly able to get the 5th Braves goal of the game, a breakaway shot. But Tanyan Davis able to keep it out. Davis, somebody that got a lot of experience, not only last season with Tuscarora, but getting to play at the Founders Cup with the Seneca War Chiefs, and that I would have to imagine has been a very big eye-opening experience for him and allow him to just grow as a player and will allow him to have even more success this year as he wants to try and bring home that First Nations championship for Tuscarora and have all the players come and join his squad this time. However, they got to be concerned right now with dealing with the Junior Braves, who have been all over them through the first few minutes of this contest. Under 9 to go in the first period. Ball on the far side. Frangies able to work it over to the near side. Print up with a shot. Stopped by Pregel. Not a bad outside look there. Or that was Vaughn, check that, excuse me, who let the shot go. Not a bad look for Vaughn, but a nice save for Jackson Bob Pregel. Back the other way go the Junior Braves. It's Chucky Redmond. Redmond going to run a little hidden ball trick and pass it off. Ace Abrams moving into the middle. Bobbling that one there is Lincoln Hill, and it'll be picked up by a Tomahawk. Jacob Benz trying to spin away from a few slashes, but not able to do so as that ball will pop out of his stick. Now it is Fryer. Fryer in the attacking zone. Looking for an option and has one in Mike Hayes. Hayes goes up top for Vaughn. Vaughn with an outside rip, stopped by Pregel. It'll bounce all the way to Ace Abrams, who has a break. Abrams stopped by Davis. And 2 breakaway saves here early for Tanyan Davis. Now back the other way. Chance inside, stopped by Pregel. Oh, they're going to say it went in. Looked like Jackson Bob Pregel kept it out initially, but the extra effort from Heath Day Printup gets the Tomahawks on the board. Let's see if we have a look at it here as some shouts from crease violation on the crowd. And that's a tough one. You be the judge at home, as I think Fryer might have been good initially, but I don't think the ball went in directly, as I think Pregel got a piece of it before it trickled into the net. So the crease violation would come on the landing, many of the fans think, but either way, it's the officials' thoughts that matter, and they deemed it to be a goal. Another chance here. That one somehow kept out. Could be a break for the Braves, and it is. Shot, stopped by Davis. Spencer Jonathan on the break for Tonawanda. That is now 3 breakaway saves for Tanyan Davis in this period. He has most certainly been up to the task today. Jonathan gonna play it up top as the Junior Braves will work it around. Fry goes over to Spencer Jonathan, who picks the low corner. What a shot from Spencer Jonathan. There you go, chat. 77's getting it going. It's 5-1 Junior Braves. Let's see another look at this one. As you can see, the attention all on the far side. The defenders lose track of Spencer Jonathan. And a player of his caliber does not need a lot of room to make something happen. He had the time and room necessary to get the 5th Junior Braves goal of the game. Quick shot there from Hayes, just goes wide. Ball will bounce back over half. Some calls for over and back, but no whistle yet, as now we'll get the over and back call. Little late, but it'll be effective as Tonawanda will have possession with 6:27 left to go in the first period of play. It is a 5-1 lead for the Tonawanda Junior Braves after the latest Junior Brave goal coming out of the stick of Spencer Jonathan. Here is Redmond. Steps in, fires. Misses wide. Loose ball. Bouncing around. Who's going to come up with this one? It's Chucky Redmond and the Tonawanda Braves. Redmond with it. Left-handed bounce shot, stopped by Davis. Normally, I wouldn't love shots like that on the offside, but when you're a shooter like Chucky Redmond, just shoot whenever you have time and space, because it often works out for you. As Redmond has one here today. Got things started for Tonawanda as Tuscarora now looks to try and just find some sort of an answer to the early energy brought by the Junior Braves. Open look there for a man in the middle. I believe that was Torrey letting the shot go. Good screen from Shiloh Bishop, but no shot on target, so possession will go back to Tonawanda. Under 5:30 left to go here in the first period of play. Here is Spencer Jonathan. Cross-floor pass connects with Nick Fry. Good move on the far side. Shot on there, stopped by Davis. Nice little move from Savino Geraci on the far side. He has been very involved in the offense so far for Tonawanda, just yet to get his name on the scoreboard. Here he is now, Geraci making a nice move, trying to create some space. Finds a man down low, it's Spencer Jonathan who scores! Oh my goodness, where did he find the room to fit that one in? That's a hat trick goal for Spencer Jonathan, and I think he heard you chat. 77's got it going now, as it's 6-1. I mean, that is, I can't even explain how he got that one in. Just a ball-sized hole that Spencer Jonathan found to make it a 6-1 lead for the Junior Braves. They have been all over the Junior Tomahawks so far in this game, and the scoreboard reflects it. 3-on-2 chance. Abrams trying to step into the middle, but couldn't get a good look. Good defense there from Tuscarora. Now a pass into the middle, but a push will get called on Hayes as he knocked his man Jake Smith to the floor, and possession will stay with Tonawanda. Pass in the middle, shot on, stopped by Davis. Another point blank looked, kept out by Tanyan Davis. Mike Hayes can be asked to do an awful lot here to help lead his Junior Tomahawks squad back into this game. Dadsey looks for an option and has Hayes, man down low. Vaughn was looking for it. Here is Vaughn. Shot blocked in front. And I think a penalty coming up. Off-ball call, so not sure if we have it, as it looks like it'll go against Tuscarora's Mike Hayes. Let's see if we got it here as Hayes. Oh yeah, we got all of it as Hayes got up high on. I think that's Chucky Redmond for Tonawanda. And it's a legal cross-check call, as I guess they're going to get Tonawanda on that penalty, as maybe it was the response from Redmond. That one, not so sure there, but Tuscarora will take it however they can get it, as that shot stopped by Pregel. The inside look coming from Hite Prinup. Now a chance the other way. Breakaway score! Another great look for the Junior Braves. Anthony Abrams, the latest beneficiary for Tonawanda, as they extend the lead. Another shorty for the Junior Braves. There you see a look at the breakaway. Once again, I was starting to keep count, but I'm losing it. I think that's 4 breakaways. Shots now 27-15 in favor of Tonawanda. And we're going to have the ever so subtle flinch once again from Styles Jonathan. Man, you need eyes like a hawk to catch that flinch, but our officials got him. So they'll give the ball to Tuscarora as we approach 3:30 left to go in the first period of play. It is 7-1 Tonawanda. The Junior Braves bringing the heat so far in this game. It has been all Tonawanda so far. Let's see if Tuscarora can get right here on the power play. Pass over to the near side. Moving it is Dadsey. Dadsey playing catch with Vaughn, trying to jam it short side, but Prego makes a nice save. Possession will stay with Tuscarora as the ball went up into the netting. Last touch by Jackson Bob Prego as getting his stick into the passing lane there. No, just affecting it was Geraci. And they're going to say over and back, no deflection. That is exactly what you want from Savino Geraci there. Affect the pass, but don't touch it. So over and back gets called. And now you have a chance to kill 30 seconds off the penalty clock. And maybe you'll just find a shorthanded goal as well. Tonawanda has a pair of those already in this first period. Right now, Fry is in no hurry. Now he'll get things going. Fry, 5 seconds left to work with. 2 men on him. Finds Spencer Jonathan. Bounce shot. Stopped by Davis. Not a bad chance there for Tonawanda. Shorthanded with the clock draining down. But Tanyan Davis has been there to save the day for Tuscarora throughout this first period. And I'd have to imagine without him being as sharp as he has been, this game could really have gotten out of hand. Pass into the middle. Trying to find some room there is Printup. Can't quite get what he's looking for. Ball on the far side. Vaughn. Low rip there. Stopped by Prego. Little skipper shot there that Jackson Bob Prego sees all the way and makes a nice right arm save. Possession secured by the junior Tomahawks. Caleb Franges brings the ball up the floor. Franges moves it to Mike Hayes. Hayes has some room. Lets a low shot go, but misses wide. Having to chase that one down is Franges, but he'll run out of room as possession goes to Tonawanda. Officials just going to halt play because the ball went into the Tonawanda bench, so play will resume right in front of the Tonawanda bench as it'll be Savino Geraci with possession. Now it is Abrams trying to find Spencer Jonathan on to his left, but can't quite do so here. It'll be a turnover. Jacob Ben's going to bring it back the other way. Chance for the Tomahawks, 2-on-1. Onto the near side, low rip, blocked in front. Oh, what a soak that was from Abrams. Another chance, stopped by Prego. Great block there from Anthony Abrams. He's going to feel that one tomorrow, but he made sure that this game stayed 7-1 with just over a minute left to go in the first period of play. If we have a moment, I'll try and have a replay so we can see all that, as that's another great soak, as we might have to look at that one instead. Cameron Wild blocking that one. Tuscarora able to save the possession. Pass down low. Printup trying to create something, and he does. Heath-Day Printup working hard for Tuscarora, gets his first goal of the game and the second for the junior Tomahawks. And there you can see Printup going 1-on-2, no problem for a young man of his caliber, as he'll sneak that one past the right shoulder of Prego. Shots now 28-20 in favor of Tonawanda with a few ticks under 40 seconds left to play in the first period. So Tuscarora starting to catch up in the shot category a bit, but not so much on the scoreboard. They trail by 5. It is a 7-2 lead for the Tonawanda Junior Braves. But the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks have possession and a chance to cut the deficit down. Here is Hayes. Man down low is Printup. Can't connect on the pass. Loose ball battle. Who's going to come away with this one? It's Torrey. Torrey had it for a moment, but he'll lose it, and Franges will pick it up. Good screen set by Hayes to give Franges a chance. His shot goes wide, and it'll be a shot clock violation against Tuscarora, giving Tonawanda a chance. Last-ditch effort there from Fry, kept out by Davis, but what a first period it was for the Tonawanda Junior Braves. They lead it 7-2 after 20 minutes of play. The shots after the first period, 29-21 in favor of Tonawanda. And man, oh man, you got to be thrilled if you're a Junior Braves fan out there after watching this. What a performance from Tonawanda in that first period. I mentioned it. They were probably a little bitter, had just a bad taste in their mouths with how last season ended, losing in a sweep to this Tuscarora team. Well, they came out and took it to them in that first period. Tuscarora, a lot of new faces on this Junior Tomahawks squad from last year to this year. So they're learning and growing together, but they're going to have to do it quickly here if they want to catch up in this one, as I'm going to take a look at the chat before we step aside for the break. Some more Let's Go Spence, Let's Go 77s, Let's Go Braves. The Braves fans showing up in the chat so far tonight. Let's go, boy. Mom's cheering hard. Keep it up, Braves, says Heather Ground. And God's good. He's at the game and tuning in. I respect the dedication, my man, as we will step aside now here at the end of one period of play. The score, the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks 2, the Tonawanda Junior Braves 7, here on Blue Squatch Productions. on Blue Squatch Productions as we start the second period of play here between the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks and the Tonawanda Junior Braves. We are underway and possession controlled here by Tuscarora after what was a very unexpected first period for the Junior Tomahawks. Tonawanda just came out ready to play and really took it to Tuscarora in that first period. However, the Junior Tomahawks have chances to respond. That rip rung off the crossbar and goes up and out of play, as that was Vaughn, I believe, who was denied by the bar. And possession will stay with Tuscarora. Printup working his way to the middle, shot on, just goes wide. Rebound, also wide. Good chance there for Michael Torrey on the follow-up attempt, but not able to find the target. Tuscarora on the front foot here is Torrey. Shovel shot misses. Loose ball, who's going to come up with this one? It's Tonawanda. Scooping that up is Savino Geraci. Geraci able to break out here on the pass, but just passes it too high over the head of Cameron Wild. Mentioned Geraci being very involved, but yet to get a goal in this game. 3 assists for him so far, so his contributions being recorded on the score sheet, just yet to get his name in the goal column. Well, if he keeps playing how he has, I'm sure he will. Here's a chance for Fry, can't find the back of the net. Rebound goes wide as well, but they're going to say Fry went through the crease, so possession to Tuscarora. Could be a break. Here's Fryer all alone, scores! Evan Fryer gets that one past Pregel for the 3rd Tuscarora goal of the game. Get you another look at this breakaway goal for Evan Fryer. Able to beat Pregel to the 5-hole to get the 3rd Tuscarora goal of the game, and that's a big one for this Tuscarora team. As you can tell, they have come out a lot better in this second period than they did in the first, as they're led by head coach Randy Chrysler. And if I know anything about Coach Chrysler, he is going to fire up his team in the locker room and make sure that they give a much better effort when they go back out onto the floor. I am sure that Randy Chrysler used his way with words to fire up his team, and they look pretty fired up now as they have started much better in this second period. Let's see if it translates to the scoreboard, though. Room for Vaughn to shoot, stopped by Pregel. Good look there from Connor Vaughn, but Jackson Bob Pregel able to make the save. Breakout pass to James Messer. Messer going to take a few cross checks and go over and back. Tough break there for Messer. Not so sure where he was on the floor, as he'll lose possession. Credit to Caleb Franges for being very aware and pushing him right over the halfway line. Turned over right after, though. Here come the Junior Braves. Making his way up the floor is Cameron Wild. Cameron Wild pressed up against the boards, trying to evade the defensive threat for the time being, and he'll do so. Good work by Wild to keep possession, as he'll find an open teammate. Here is Jonathan. Clyde Jonathan working in the middle. Face dodge. Gets to the second level. Low rip. He scores! Clyde Jonathan beats Davis low and gives Tonawanda their 8th goal of the game. And there you can see Jonathan just get to that sort of second level of the defense after he makes a very nice move to get by 1. And just slots that home to beat Tanyan Davis low for the 8th Braves goal of the game. The lead is 5 for Tonawanda over the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks. The Braves trying to get their first ever win over Tuscarora. Ball up top. Low rip from Vaughn, kept out by Pregel. You can tell Connor Vaughn starting to settle into this game a bit more as it has progressed. Vaughn, I don't want to say looked out of place in the first, but really didn't get as many good looks as he has right now, starting to fit into that offense a bit more as Mike Hayes will pick up the loose ball and start the breakout here for Tuscarora. Bends, pass into the corner, does not find its intended target, and it will be taken away by Tuscarora, or by Tonawanda, excuse me. Here is Fry back the other way. Fry will slow things down and wait for some reinforcements off the bench. He has Chucky Redmond. Redmond has a lane to the goal. Could be a chance, and he scores! Rule number one, do not give Chucky Redmond that open of a look, because he will make you pay, as it looks like we will have a goalie change coming up for Tuscarora. There's another look at that drive from Chucky Redmond. Just goes right around the defender and buries it. An open lane to the cage, and that has done it for Tanyan Davis. It was a great effort from Davis throughout this contest, facing 35 shots to just 25 for his own squad, but 9 have found the back of the net, and Randy Chrysler has said it's time for Vincent Sandy to step in between the pipes, or Vinny as they call him, and has shown off the spin moves here is Wild. Trying to go through one too many as he'll lose control. Sandy now in between the pipes for Tuscarora, rocking the number 0 jersey. Let's see how he does here. Coming in relief for Tanyan Davis. Ball on the far side. Tuscarora offense looking to try and get something going. Open look there for Hayes, but he misses wide. Don't want to give Hayes that kind of time to shoot, but not able to make the defense pay on that occasion. Here's a shot on, stopped by Sandy. Low rip there coming from Anthony Abrams. Back the other way go the Tomahawks, only for a moment, as the errant pass will give possession to Tonawanda. Ball sent to the far side. Anthony Abrams able to find Spencer Jonathan. Jonathan will head to the middle and pass it off. Geraci spins, gets an opening shot, stopped by Sandy. Vincent Sandy looking to find the pass, threw it in the direction of Michael Torrey, but a whistle will send Anthony Abrams to the penalty box, and they're going to say contacting the goalie. Let's take another look at it. And yep, there it is. Right on the release from Sandy. Abrams got the stick up in the way. Contact was made, and an easy call for the officials. A 2-minute power play here for Tuscarora. Not the first time they've found the floor here in this game. They have had a fair few chances on the man advantage, but yet to do much with it. Shot there doesn't make its way to the target. Blocked in front. 13 on the shot clock for the junior Tomahawks. Vranges going to Hayes in the low corner. Hayes up top for Vaughn. Vaughn with a rip, blocked in front. Great soak there by the defender for Tonawanda, as that was Zach Siska getting in the way of that one. Tuscarora able to win possession right back though. Ball on the far side with Hayes. Hayes sends it up top. Vranges goes back to Hayes. Skip pass. Low rip. Wide of the net. Coming out of the stick of Shiloh Bishop. No touch from Pregel, so possession goes to Tonawanda. Looking for a quick chance are the Braves. Shot ends up going on target. It was actually a pass, but it will go on target and up and out of play. Possession will stay with the junior Braves. Not exactly how you draw it up, but it works out just the same as Tonawanda look to try and drain some of this clock down. Geraci under some heavy pressure, able to handle it well. Bounce shot there kept out by Sandy. Now Sandy looking to break out. Too much muscle on the pass though, as it will go all the way down off the wall. Picked up here by a Tomahawk. It's Dakota Ferguson, the Russell Sage Gator. Dakota Ferguson playing his collegiate ball down in the Empire 8 Conference. Print up. Low rip there, kept out by Pregel. Another nice save there from Jackson Bob Pregel. He has only let 3 get behind him so far here in this game, and his offense has done the rest. We are all even at 5-on-5 after another good penalty kill from the Junior Braves. Ball on the near side in the stick of Fry, feeding into the middle. It connects with Abrams. Now here's Anthony Abrams. Once again, he scores! Spencer Jonathan goes to Anthony Abrams, who buries it for the 10th Braves goal of the game. By my count, that is the second of the game for Abrams, and there you'll see he beats Sandy low. Looks like it was to the short side to make the lead 7 for Tonawanda. What a game this has been so far for the Junior Braves. Certainly not what many were expecting. Tuscarora were the league's runners-up last season. Many were expecting more of their dominance as Redmond gets in. What a nice save from Sandy. Many were expecting more Tuscarora dominance over Tonawanda, the rivalry that had been oh so one-sided throughout these teams' years in Junior B. Not so one-sided anymore as this pass picked off here by Printup. Could be a 2-on-1 developing. Printup has a man with him. Opts to keep it himself, but Pregel makes the save. Tough play there for Printup no matter what. He had a defender draped all over him. Now Printup on the crease. Can't get that one on target. Ball will bounce back towards the halfway line. It'll be picked up here by Michael Torrey. Vaughn onto the far side of the floor. Frangies moves it to a teammate in the low corner in Dadzi. Up top, Frangies. Quick shot on from Torrey is kept out by Jackson Bob Pregel. Now Redmond. Bring it up the length of the floor as he'll get a nice little screen set from Geraci. Sends it to him. Geraci having some trouble controlling it, but he's got control now. Shot on, stopped by Sandy. Oh my goodness, a golden opportunity for Geraci as a Tomahawk sent hard into the boards. Jacob Benz on the receiving end of that shot. Slow to get up his Benz, but he'll get right back into the play. The Tonawanda bench is loving it. And why wouldn't you be? It's been all Braves so far. Shot just goes wide of the net there from Fry. Geraci setting the nice little screen to give him an option. Possession saved here by the Junior Braves. Great effort from Anthony Abrams to keep the possession alive. 10 on the shot clock. Shot just goes wide. Or they're going to say Sandy got a piece of it. So a fresh 30 here for Tonawanda. Moving to the middle. Shot on. Stopped by Sandy. Geraci letting that latest shot go. Could be a chance the other way for Tuscarora, but the breakout pass, once again, not a good one. In the corner, pressed up against the boards by a Brave. And it'll be a loose ball push on Tonawanda as they got a bit over-aggressive on Caleb Frangies, and possession will go to Tuscarora only for a mere moment as an over and back will be called as Tonawanda will take over. 9:53 left on the clock here in the second period of play. It is a 10-3 lead for Tonawanda. The Junior Braves leading the Junior Tomahawks. Chance to extend the lead. Here is Fry, stopped by Sandy. No, it found its way in. Thought Sandy kept it out, but Nick Fry with a point-blank look gives Tonawanda their 11th goal of the game. Shots now 46-30 in favor of Tonawanda. Only caught the end of that one. I didn't even think it found the back of the net, so I was a little late clipping that one. My apologies. But the 11th goal of the game, scored by 22, Nick Fry. As it has just been all Tonawanda here tonight. Ball goes into the bench. Whistles are being blown loudly as the officials will stop play and get the goalies a water break. I'm going to take one too, as it is an 11-3 scoreline here with 9:26 left to go in the second period of play. You're watching Blue Squatch Productions. Welcome back now on Blue Squatch Productions. We are inside of Cornerstone Arena as the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks playing host to the Tonawanda Junior Braves. It was a 7-goal first period from Tonawanda that put them in front. They have followed up with 4 more here in the second to give them the decisive 8-goal advantage. No possession yet for Tuscarora. They will secure it and will look to go right back on the attack. Ball moved to the near side, but losing his footing is Caleb Franges. And now he'll have to work hard and fight for possession right back. Zach Siska going to transition the ball up the floor. Does a great job to avoid the checks from the 2 Tomahawk defenders. He'll head to the bench now after some good hard work. Geraci has a man on the far side. Ace Abrams passes it off. Low rip there, stopped by Sandy. Geraci has his man off the screen. Shot on, stopped by Sandy. Oh, nice left arm save from Vince Sandy to keep this game exactly where it is. Torrey on a break, he scores! There you go, Michael Torrey. Able to get something going for Tuscarora. He's got his first of the game. And there you can see Torrey just on the break, able to duck past one man and get to the front of the net and bury it for the 4th Junior Tomahawks goal of the game. Face-off battle here and picked up by the Junior Tomahawks, Jerry Dadzi. Dadzi gonna go back to Mike Hayes. Hayes yet to get his name in the goal column in this game. Dadzi receives the pass from Shiloh Bishop. Now gonna send it over to the far side in Vaughn. Man down low. Hayes trying to get the shot away and he scores. There it is for Mike Hayes right on cue. Gets the 2nd goal in a row for Tuscarora. This is exactly how you get back into the game if you're Tuscarora. Nice little toe drag move from Hayes to create just enough room and separation on his defender to get the shot away. Good bit of work done by Mike Hayes, the captain of the Junior Tomahawks, to get his first goal of the game and cut the deficit down to 6. As I was starting to say, this is exactly how you want to try and make your way back into a game. Just chip away at the deficit, but you got to avoid unforced turnovers like that. Jake Smith fighting through checks, takes a quick shot on that is kept out by Sandy. Might not have been the best look there for Smith, but gonna have a much better chance right here. The initial shot, not a great one from Jake Smith, but the follow-up opportunity, much, much better. Redmond sets up Smith for the 12th Junior Braves goal of the game, and there you can see Chucky Redmond able to win the loose ball battle as Jake Smith all alone on the far side. No defender picks him up, and that is an easy tap-in, quick stick finish for Jake Smith. That is his first goal of the game. He was a big part of this Tonawanda Junior Braves team last year. They missed him at points during the season, but when he was on the floor, he was impactful and effective for Tonawanda, just like today. Hayes with a shot, stopped by Pregel. Hayes went through the crease, so not able to get possession here. Just going to try and run a little interference and make it difficult for Henry Fitzgerald to secure the ball, but he'll eventually get control and get possession for Tonawanda. 6:49 and counting on the clock here in the second period of play. It's a 12-5 lead for Tonawanda. Fry tosses it over to the far side of the floor. Stepping into the middle, ripping it there is Abrams, but not able to find the twine. Here is Anthony Abrams. Low rip there, ends up going high as it'll miss wide. It'll be a 30-second violation on Tonawanda. Possession will go to Tuscarora in the corner. Tomahawks just have to try and chip away at this deficit, which stands at 7. It's a tall mountain to climb, but anything is possible. The game of lacrosse. Print up, trying to spin off his man. Defender reads it well. Face touch, great move there. Stopped by Pregel. That was Vaughn getting the shot. Pass in front, not handled well. Vaughn able to pick it back up though. Frangies onto the far side. It is Vaughn now, directing some traffic. Trying to send Prince up down low for the pass. Those two not quite on the same page, but Vaughn gonna get it right back. Vaughn has a man in the middle. Shot stopped by Pregel. Best save of the night for Jackson Bob Pregel as he denies Shiloh Bishop of getting his first goal of the contest. Along the near side, it's Reed Chaka. Outside rip there from Smith as that ball found him in the middle. Is blocked in front. Chaka not able to get the loose ball, but it will be picked up by Fry. No over and back as it was last touched by a Tomahawk. Fry's heave and hope effort will not come to pass as it'll go wide of the net. Long pass connects here for Tuscarora as Mike Hayes will settle it down in the corner. Hayes moves it up for Griffin Vranges. Here is Michael Torrey. Onto the far side. Vaughn, nodding his head. Finds Dadsey with a rip. Just misses. Whistles stop play here, and it'll be a slashing call going against Tonawanda, as that's 27 James Messer to the guilty party, as I was a little late to that one. Apologies, so we don't get a look at the slash, but the penalty assessed either way. It's a 2-minute call going against Tonawanda's James Messer that will give the Junior Tomahawks a power play opportunity with 4:52 left to go in the period. A timeout will be called by Randy Chrysler as he knows how important this man-up situation is. Shots 50-35 in favor of Tonawanda, so the Junior Tomahawks being outshot by 15 here at the moment. And I think Randy Chrysler just knows that. He knows they're being outshot and have been outplayed so far, and this is a great opportunity to work their way back into this game. Gonna go take a look here at the chat. Lots of Let's Go Braves in the chat as well. Heenan Scroggs saying heat up nephew. Anthony Redmond, oh yeah, Chucky. Chucky's having a very nice game. Coda Whitlow saying let's go Vinny, keep them where they're at. Aiden Blue Eye, heck yeah, Braves. As they have been doing well here in this game. Everybody showing their support. We love to see that. Thank you all so very much for joining us here and making us a part of your Wednesday evening. Who doesn't love some midweek lacrosse? After many of these kids get done playing their high school ball. I heard quite a few kids coming from Akron High School had some games earlier today. They had a big win not too long ago over Williamsville East. 7-6 victory for the Akron Tigers. One of many great high school programs here in Western New York. Right now it is Tonawanda, though, potentially looking for another shorthanded goal. They have, I want to say, 2 in this game. I know they've gotten a couple, but I am sure that this young man, Chucky Redmond, would love another. Here is Spencer Jonathan. Long distance rip goes wide of the net. I thought maybe Jonathan was going to throw in a pump fake there, face dodge, some sort of move. He said, no, 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 I want to rip this one through the net. Didn't work out for him there. As possession back the other way, quick shot on from Hayes is denied by Pregel. Legging it up the near side of the floor is Ace Abrams. His pass into the middle, bobbled by Styles Jonathan and picked up by the Tomahawks. Back the other way is Ferguson. Ferguson, 3-on-2 developing. Could be a chance, man on the back post. Not able to be found, it was Torrey. Up top with Caleb Frangies. Frangies steps in, fires, stopped by Pregel. Rebound goes to Printup, but he can't finish. Printup has it once again. Vaughn goes to Printup. Printup makes a nice move. Spins, gets to the net, but is denied by Pregel. Ball taken. A Tuscarora bounce there as it goes to Andrew Vaughn. Cross-floor pass connects to Dadsey. Dadsey trying to hit Printup, but Printup not quite ready for the pass. He'll have to head off the floor while Tonawanda goes back the other way. This penalty is just about done. 2 seconds left on the clock. As Savino Geraci will look to just play keep away for a moment while he awaits Nick Fry's entry to the fray. Fry has Jake Smith who puts it off the side netting. Ball bounces in a dangerous spot, but it will be picked up by Connor Peck. Peck sends a long feed forward. Peck's pass doesn't find anyone. It'll sit in the corner. Battling for that one is Liam Smyers along with Savino Geraci. Smyers able to come up with that one. Here is Griffin Frangies. Now with Dadsey. As we're approaching 2 minutes left to play here in the second period. Mike Hayes trying to maneuver his way to the front. Can't quite do so. Shot was off in time, but Jackson Bob Pregel able to keep it out. Hayes takes it right away and he scores. Oh man, Mike Hayes channeling his inner Dane Smith with that pass pickoff. Let's get another look at that one as Pregel looking to start the breakout. Looking for an option to his right. Hayes read him like a book and buries it. What a nice read there from Mike Hayes to cut the deficit in half. And that reminds me of a Dane Smith goal. I want to say it was against Georgia years ago where he just stuck that stick up, picked off the pass. The goalie had no hope as he buries it, and Tuscarora, oof, that is a bad turnover there. Over and back call right after securing possession. And that's exactly what you don't want if you're Tuscarora at this point in the game. You're down by 6. You just got a big momentum goal from Mike Hayes. The last thing you need is an immediate turnover. Low rip there from Redmond, misses wide. It'll go over and back in possession to Tuscarora. Fortunately for the junior Tomahawks, the turnover did not hurt them. And they're able to get the ball back with 1:34 left on the clock. Here is Michael Torrey. He has 1 goal here in this game. Torrey goes to his right, has a man on the far side. Working there is Vaughn. Vaughn goes behind the net. Printup lost his angle. Trying to pass it in front, but it's taken away. Read there by Reed Chaka. Chaka having some trouble hanging on in the corner, and it'll be picked up by Printup. Printup's pass broken up and taken away by the Braves. James Messer, along with Chucky Redmond, disrupting the pass. Running a little hidden ball trick is Anthony Abrams and Chucky Redmond. Ball is with Abrams. Now Jake Smith on the far side. Smith has a lane. Smith gets to the net and scores. What a nice goal there for Jake Smith as number 2's got his second of the game and second in a row. Good screen set there by Spencer Jonathan as well. Helps to attract the attention of 2 Tomahawk defenders and allows Jake Smith to have the lane to the net and pick up the 13th Junior Braves goal of the game. Face-off won here by Tuscarora, though. Can the Tomahawks get any sort of momentum going before the end of this second period? Trying to come around the net there is Torrey. Torrey has a man up top. Frangies with a shot stopped. Rebound kept out by Pragel. Follow-up attempt ends up on the back of the net. What a tough sequence there, but Jackson Bob Pragel ready for it all as we are now under 10 seconds to go. 5 on the clock. Chance for Fry to maybe get one more shot off. Fry's shovel shot blocked in front, and that will bring us to the end of 2 periods of play. Let's see if we have another look as, there might be, no penalties called. The officials just directing everybody to the locker rooms. In case you didn't know, these two teams switched sides for their locker rooms here at Cornerstone Arena. So we have to, make sure we tell everybody where it is and, be specific in our directions because it can be tough to find as the shots after 2 periods of play, 52-43 in favor of Tonawanda. Let's see if we have that look at that last sequence there against Jackson Bob Pragel as there you see the initial shot from Torrey, the rebound shot coming from Shiloh Bishop, and that was a good sequence there from Pragel and the Junior Braves defense to keep the score exactly where it is. Let's take a look at the chat. Greg's in the chat cheering me on, appreciate it. Tusky, Tonawanda, and Trevor, best way to spend a Wednesday night. I appreciate that, Charity. That means an awful lot. I appreciate it. TTT, of course, what a grab. Kenny Sundown, let's go, Jake. And yeah, Greg, J-Bob really can be like a cheat code out there sometimes. Wow, what a game it has been so far. After 40 minutes of play, it is a Tonawanda lead. The Junior Braves lead the Junior Tomahawks 13-6 as you're watching First Nations Junior B Lacrosse here on Blue Squatch Productions. here on Blue Squatch Productions as we get ready to start the third and final period of play here between the Tonawanda Junior Braves and the Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks. And what a game it has been so far for Tonawanda. The Junior Braves have really been in control from the opening whistle, and not much has changed. We will see how it goes here in the third and final frame. Some big nights on the score sheet so far for a few different Braves. Spencer Jonathan 3 and 4 so far. Chucky Redmond 2 and 2. Anthony Abrams 2 and 2. As we are underway, the early chance for Tuscarora's Evan Fryer misses wide. He's got a goal in this game for the Junior Tomahawks. Not able to get his second there, as possession will go to Tonawanda after the over and back. Here is Jake Smith moving it to Nick Fry, the All-American out of Akron High School. Was selected as an All-American last year in his senior season. Spent his freshman year of college over at Canisius. Somebody that could be a future Golden Griffin is Ace Abrams, because he keeps making highlight reel plays like that. Let's get another look at this one. And there you'll see Ace Abrams go on the attack, just spins away from one defender, creates enough of a lane for himself, and beats Sandy back to the near post. So nice, we got to see it twice here as Abrams able to put that one home for the 14th goal of the game. Quickly off the draw once again. Tonawanda nearly with an opportunity to add another, but it is stopped by Vinny Sandy. Loose ball scrum behind the net. Coming away with this one is Tuscarora's Evan Fryer. And really for the Junior Tomahawks, it's kind of been a bit of a slow-going, sloppy game by their standards. Passes just not connecting like they used to, and a lot of that, I think, has to do with the turnover from last year to this year. Just lots of new players in, this man being one of them, and Hite Printup able to get a good look at goal, but not able to find the twine there. He does have a pair here today, but for Tuscarora, it's just where is that main scoring going to come from? You lost Jake Gansworth, your captain from last year. I believe he has aged out, along with Cal Anderson, another great player from last season's squad that I once again believe has aged out, and losing players like that, never easy. But Tuscarora going to have to try and answer those questions. Where is that main scoring going to come from? Redmond knocks the ball free here, but Connor Peck able to locate it and keep possession with the Junior Tomahawks. Caleb Vranges secures it. And now the ball is in the stick of Michael Torrey. Looks like a penalty is coming up here against Tonawanda. Shot on there, blocked in front. Letting that shot go is Shiloh Bishop. And it's going to be a slashing call going against Tonawanda. Apologies, we won't have any look at that one. I didn't even see it myself, so no clip there, as it'll be Lincoln Hill, the guilty party, heading to the sin bin. He will sit for 2 minutes or less as Tuscarora gets their power play back on the floor. Don't believe they have scored yet on the man advantage in this game. Tonawanda been doing a great job on the penalty kill. Let's see if that continues here on this Tuscarora power play. It is Mike Hayes onto the far side. Shot there, blocked in front. Griffin Vranges letting it go, as the Tonawanda bench going to express their admiration for their team, as I think we had a second ball make its way onto the floor. Officials wisely stop play right away and pick it up. Now we are back underway. Here is Vaughn. Connor Vaughn sends it into the corner. Battling forward is Caleb Vranges. Vranges pressed up against the boards. Able to get away from a few Braves and send it to Printup, who misses short side. Ball sails out of play and possession to Tonawanda. Pass goes off the stick of Jake Smith. He's unable to keep control. Tuscarora trying to get it back right away. Having to fight hard for it, and it ends up back with Jake Smith. Pass down low for Geraci. He wasn't quite ready for it, but able to pick it up in the corner. 3 assists so far in this game for Savino Geraci. Shot from distance there. Finds its way on target, but Vince Sandy makes a nice save. Dakota Ferguson gonna toss it over to Michael Torrey. Gonna run a little hidden ball trick with print up. Torrey is the one who has it. Low rip there. Blocked in front. No reset given. And now it'll be granted as possession to Tonawanda. Only for a moment though. Ball knocked free and up into the stands here. Look out. Someone getting a souvenir. All the little kids will race over and say that they want that ball, and one lucky little one's gonna get to have some fun. Here is Connor Vaughn. Over to the near side. Print up with a shot. Kept out. Fighting hard for it is Michael Torrey. Let's see if he comes up with it, and he does. Torrey with a shot, stopped by Pregel. Dadsey, skip pass. Torrey thought about it, decides to keep hold. Vaughn, ready to unload. Vaughn with a shot, he scores! Connor Vaughn with a big-time rip gives Tuscarora their 7th goal of the game. And there you'll get to see the rip there from Connor Vaughn. His first goal of the game, just steps in and fires and beats Pregel to the far post. Get another look at this one here. Vaughn with an excellent release and a great display of accuracy to beat Pregel for his first goal of the game. Shots now 57-47 as that gap closing a bit. Chance potentially right off the draw for the Tomahawks, but the pass broken up. Getting his stick in the way there was Zach Siska. Or check that, that was Aiden Button breaking up that pass. Great work by him. Pass from Pregel goes a bit awry. And it'll be a chance for Fryer. Right away, Fryer stopped by Pregel. J-Bob might have to check his strings after that one. Not an ideal pass for him, but able to make the save anyways. Fryer now trying to pin his man up against the glass. Did so for a moment, but the ball pops free into the corner. Who's going to come up with this one? Geraci along with Wild in there. It ends up with the Braves here for a moment. Geraci now pinned up against the end wall. Fryer all over him. The GCC product, Evan Fryer, able to force a shot clock violation. Great defense there from Tuscarora, and now we're going to get a penalty assessed here to Cameron Wild. Let's see if we got enough of this one here to see what exactly Wild did. And oh, it was a slash there before play got going, right on the hands of the Tomahawk, and that will most certainly do it. It'll be a 2-minute call going against him for the slash, and then one more will head to the penalty box as well. Second man who heads to the box is Bryce Jasulovic, as it was a misconduct handed out to Abrams. Or check that, Cameron Wild, excuse me. Oh, my goodness. It is Wild who gets the misconduct, as it'll be a power play here for Tuscarora. Gonna, I guess, be 4 minutes of 5-on-4 then, even though the clock does only say 1:26. We'll see though. Should be 2 men in the box, and if there wasn't 2 men in the box before, there will be coming up. Print up denied on the doorstep, but another penalty will go against Tonawanda. This one starting to get a little chippy. Let's take another look at it. Let's see where it is. There's the contact as Styles Jonathan just got a little high up on Mike Hayes, and it'll be an illegal cross-check call that goes against Tonawanda, and now it'll be a 5-on-3 as the clock says 1:15 left in the initial penalty to Wild, and a full 2 minutes to Styles Jonathan. So a minute plus here of 5-on-3 for the junior Tomahawks. If there's ever been a chance to get back into it, it is right now. Ball on the far side. Griffin Vranges gonna play some catch. Skip pass over to Printup. Vranges steps towards Printup and passes to him. Printup makes some moves, gets to the front of the net. Nice save by Pregel. Good left chicken wing save there from Jackson Bob Pregel to keep it a 7-goal lead for the junior Braves. Here is Vaughn. Connor Vaughn onto the far side. Vranges down low, shot stopped by Pregel. Shiloh Bishop denied by Jackson Bob Pregel on that 5-on-3 chance. 26 seconds left now in the initial penalty, which I guess was only 1 to Cameron Wild. Chucky Redmond trying to avoid Dakota Ferguson here. Redmond spinning, able to get open for a moment, lets a long shot go. It misses wide. Rebound will be picked up for a moment here by Geraci, but that will be all as the in-home out of the box in Jasulovic. So I guess Wild will have to serve for a little longer, as now it will be 5-on-4 for the next 30 seconds. Torrey, fresh off the bench, gets to the net, but denied by Pregel. Torrey gets his own rebound, sends it up top. Caleb Vranges moves it over here to Connor Vaughn. Vaughn finds Printup in the middle. His pass doesn't connect with Griffin Vranges. Now it is Torrey looking to get control back. Torrey having a tough time getting it as he is knocked to the floor. Good check there from Reed Chaka, the Canisius Golden Griffin and former Willys Flame, but his pass broken up and taken away by Vaughn. Back to even strength as Styles Jonathan has exited the penalty box. Or Clyde Jonathan, excuse me. Low rip there from Torrey, stopped by Pregel. Ball on the far side. Who's going to pick it up? I think it was Zach Siska who had it, as he'll take a nice body check from Torrey, but still keep possession. Siska had his man over the middle, but can't connect on the pass. Him and Geraci still building up that chemistry. Now it is Vaughn. Shot ends up in the stick of Pregel, as this one just playing fast here today. Tonawanda turns it over once again. Ball going back the other way for Tuscarora. Under 11 minutes left to go here in the third period. Ball on the far side. It is Caleb Vranges. Into the middle. Vaughn. Backpedals, takes a quick rip that is stopped by Pregel. Gets his own rebound. Feeds to the far side. Torrey up top. Gets it right back. Vaughn with it down low. Steps up. Torrey trying to come around the crease. Shovel shot there, stopped by Pregel. Loose ball picked up by Smith. Torrey trying to knock him down, but Smith does a good job to keep his feet moving forward. Reed Chaka going to pick this up and head to the bench for a change. Anthony Abrams. He's got a pair here today. Onto the far side. Stepping in, firing there is Geraci. Stop, rebound, they score, no. We'll do it quickly here. You guys be the judge at home. Was he in the crease or not, as Hayes goes back the other way. Shot is stopped, and tough decision there, but call goes against Tonawanda. Pass, not a good one, as Sandy will now start the breakout. Dakota Ferguson still looking to get going in this game. Pass down low. Able to find Mike Hayes. Hayes going to get a screen from Ferguson. Hayes goes behind the back trying to hit Ferguson there. Can't quite do so. Siska trying to lower his shoulder and run right through. Print up. Easier said than done. Going to opt to pass it off instead, but it's picked off. Griffin Vranges able to intercept that pass. It has been chaotic lacrosse here for the last few minutes. Turnovers galore as Hayes' shot blocked in front. Possession still with Tuscarora. Vaughn has a step onto the far side. Quick pass back to the near side. They score. A quick stick finish right on the crease for Mike Hayes as he has his second of the evening. And there you can see some great passing on display from Tuscarora as Vaughn goes to that far side. Great skip feed to Hayes right on the crease. Shots now 62-59 in favor of Tuscarora. And you'd have to believe that the shot's starting to go in the favor of the Tomahawks because they're behind on the scoreboard. And when you're behind on the scoreboard, you got to take more shots, especially as the game progresses. Usually the team that is leading just wants to bleed the clock down and take the quality chances that they get. That is what Tuscarora, or what Tonawanda, has been doing here in this third frame. Pass down low shot there from Jonathan just goes wide. Geraci with on the far side, no look pass, just misses. Jake Smith, great awareness to go play the body, not the ball there, as he's able to get possession back. Not able to do much with it there, but that's great instincts from Smith as he'll take it right back once again. Smith with a low rip, stopped by Sandy. Here's Geraci with a shot, kept out by Sandy. Back now as play has resumed. Ball on the far side in the stick of Torrey. Spins past his man and scores. Oh, what a nice play there from Michael Torrey to get his second goal of the game as Tuscarora adds on their ninth. Torrey just gets to the net. Let's take a look one more time. Gets a step on his defender, gets to the front and scores. Score now 14-9 with 7:24 left to go here in the third period of play. As the old saying goes, it ain't over till it's over, and it's not over yet. Inside of Cornerstone Arena, Hayes right off the draw, looking for a quick one, has Print Up, who scores! Pete Printup has his hat trick goal. Don't go anywhere yet, folks. It's a 4-goal game. Here you go. You can see Hayes just that little cut step into the middle, able to find Printup, who fakes high, drops it down low for the 10th Junior Tomahawk goal of the game. Ball is down, face-off is won back by the Braves, but possession secured here by Printup right off the draw. Has a man in the middle, Fryer stopped by Pregel. Rebound kept out as well. Oh my goodness, 2 glorious chances for Tuscarora off the draw again. Could be a chance back the other way. Redmond stopped. I think they're gonna say crease violation anyways, but man, oh man, this one getting intense real quick. It is a 4-goal game. 14-10 is the score. Over and back though. Good awareness by Redmond to force it, but bad awareness on the pass as it is taken away by Jacob Benz. Here is Vaughn trying to lead the charge here for the Junior Tomahawks on the rally. Vaughn has his man up top, trying to find an opening. Quick bounce shot there, just misses wide from Caleb Vranges. Rebound, trouble controlling that one is Caleb Vranges, or Griffin, excuse me, as it'll end up being over and back. Jake Smith has the ball in his stick with just over 6 minutes left to play. This period started 13-6 in favor of Tonawanda. Well, it is 4-1 Tuscarora here so far. Low bouncer kept out by Sandy. It's been good work from Vince Sandy since coming in relief of Tanyan Davis to help keep this game reasonable here for Tuscarora. Another opportunity kept out by Sandy. Pass taken away on the breakout by Jake Smith. Could be a chance for Tonawanda. Smith steps in, fires, scores! What a nice rip there from Jake Smith as he gets the 15th Tonawanda goal of the game. That's his hat trick. 3 out of the last 4 coming out of the stick of Jake Smith as he just steps in, fires it past Sandy for his 3rd goal of the game. Just a nice little move to get into the middle and rips it past Vince Sandy to get the 5-goal lead back for Tonawanda. A win here tonight not only will make Tonawanda 1-0, it would give them their first ever win over Tuscarora at the Junior B level. A fierce and ferocious rivalry that has been one-sided, to say the least, through the first 11 meetings, but Tonawanda has a chance to change that here tonight. They got to get through the next 4 minutes and 50-some-odd seconds. Great work here by Fry to get the shot, and he scores! Great hard work is rewarded from Nick Fry as he gets a very important goal to make it a 6-goal lead. Let's get another look at this one as Fry just battles hard through multiple different checks, somehow able to jam that one past Vince Sandy. Spins off his man, spins through the double team, gets the shot away, and it just trickles home. Smart play there by Fry to avoid the crease as well, knowing that that shot might trickle past Sandy for the 16th goal of the game for the Tonawanda Junior Braves. Surprisingly, only the first for Fry. And I say surprisingly with how great of a player he is. Speaking of great players, Chucky Redmond adds another. Oh, they're going to say crease violation. You be the judge here. We'll give you a quick look at it. Was he in the crease? Let's see. Oh, if it was the landing, and hold on, now we're gonna have some more chaos going on. Redmond will get himself teed up. I think part of that might have been stemming from the latest goal call, or no goal call, I should say, as Redmond trips up his man, and don't think he loved the call. So it'll be 2 minutes for tripping, and it'll be a tee against Redmond as well, so he'll be off the floor for the next 4 minutes, it should be. And with just 4:13 left to go, that'll just about do it for him for this evening, but his impact has most certainly been felt on this game. 2 goals. Don't know the assist at the moment, but I am sure he has more than just a couple with how involved he is in this Junior Braves offense. Pinging it around now are the Tomahawks on the power play. Down by 6 with under 4 to go. Had some momentum in their favor, but a back-in call will keep possession here with Tuscarora. Let's see if they can get the momentum back, though. It was the latest goal coming from Fry and Smith. Those 2 goals have kind of quelled it a bit for the Tomahawks. Let's see if they change it right here, and they do. A long-distance shot from Heath Pruna, his 4th goal of the game. And Tuscarora now only trails by 5. Get another look at it here. Just an open bounce shot look there for Printup on the 69th Tuscarora shot of the game. Trailing in that category by just 1. Printup with a bouncer to the far post. Beats Pregel. 3:34 left on the clock. 16-11 the score. And this is where the penalty to Chucky Redmond could prove to be crucial. Chance for Tuscarora to get 2 power play goals here late. If they can get the second, that would make it just a 4-goal game. Let's see what happens. Printup goes to the far side. Vranges into the middle. Mike Hayes fresh off the bench. Vranges back for Hayes. Hayes steps in, fires, misses wide. No deflection, so it will be an over and back call against Hayes and the Junior Tomahawks. Possession to Tuscarora, or to Tonawanda, excuse me. Jonathan gonna pick it up in the corner and be in no hurry. He'll send it quickly up to Smith. Everybody will get a touch here for Tonawanda as they try to just drain this clock down to 0. Spencer Jonathan goes to Geraci. Now with Nick Fry. Fry gonna make his move. Gets into some open space. Passes it off. Jake Smith takes a few heavy slashes. Lets a shot go that catches a piece of Ferguson on the way and goes wide. It'll be a shot clock violation and give possession back to Tuscarora. Vaughn tosses with Printup. Heath Printup gets to the front of the net there, but loses it on the shot. Loose ball secured in the corner. In possession there was Button. Button outlets here to Siska. They'll send it forward. Jonathan, Styles Jonathan that is, will pass it back. Anthony Abrams able to move into some space. Now it is Jake Smith with a shot blocked in front. Good soak there, and the rebound, they score. Always follow up the play, kids, because you can be rewarded like that. Let's get another look at this goal. It was Smith who let the initial shot go, but he followed the play and was rewarded for it with another goal. That is his 4th goal of the game. 4 out of the last 6 coming out of the stick of Jake Smith. He has been red hot here in this 3rd period of play. A big reason why Tonawanda looks like they will secure their first ever victory over Tuscarora. 11-0 is a Junior Tomahawks record against the Junior Braves before today. that could be soon changing. Goalie to the bench here for Tuscarora. Could be a chance with the empty net for the Junior Braves should they choose to take advantage. With it on the far side, passing it in the middle. Redmond misses wide. Oh, I'm sure his folks won't let him hear the end of that one. As maybe it's just easier for a guy like Chucky Redmond with a goalie in the net as he tries to make up for it, going in between the legs. Not able to do so, as it'll be a 3-on-2 the other way. Print up, stopped by Pregel. What a nice arm save from Jackson Bob Pregel to take the top corner away. Another opportunity, this time from Torrey, is denied by Pregel as we are under a minute to go. And it is looking ever more likely that Tonawanda will get the win here this evening. Shot from Geraci, stopped by Standy. Fry working hard on the far side. Goes to Jonathan. Tonawanda knows what this means now. The sticks are banging on the bench as the Junior Braves, winless against Tuscarora no more. 11-0 becomes 11-1. Tonawanda is victorious 17-11 over Tuscarora. The Junior Braves will pick up their first ever win over the Junior Tomahawks, and what a way to do it, making a statement are the Tonawanda Junior Braves with an impressive 6-goal victory, a true team effort, of course led by the netminder Jackson Bob Pregel, who will lead the handshake line. Griffin Jonathan following up behind him, the new backup netminder for the Junior Braves, called up recently, as they will go through the handshake line. Always love to see that, the sportsmanship on display as we will wrap things up. Hard to pick a player of the game here today for Tonawanda, but before we do, shots finished exactly even. 72 shots apiece is where we wind up after 60 minutes of play. As I was starting to say, hard to pick a player of the game. Spencer Jonathan had a great performance, 3 goals for him. Jake Smith with 4 as well. Of course, Pregel played an excellent game between the pipes. I think we just have to make it a team award today. It's a team player of the game for Tonawanda. They all deserve it because of some of their great efforts. As now that we have a few moments, let's discuss what these teams have coming up next. Firstly, for Tonawanda, their upcoming schedule, they take on Onondaga, so it's not going to be any easier for the Junior Braves. They have the new Red Hawks team. They will head up to Onondaga on May 17th for a 2 p.m. contest. Then Friday, May 22nd, they'll be back at Logan Field for their home opener against that same Onondaga Red Hawks squad. They will have 2 home games in a row as they'll play host to the defending champion Seneca War Chiefs on May 27th at 8 p.m. Allegheny, they'll then take on the Arrows for the first time this season on May the 31st at 1. As for Tuscarora, the Junior Tomahawks will be right back here this Saturday. Blue Squash will be here in the house for their game against the Allegheny Junior Arrows. That is May 9th at 3 p.m. They will then hit the road to take on that same Allegheny squad at Friday, May 15th at 8 p.m. before they play host to the Seneca War Chiefs on May 20th at 8 o'clock. Then they will head up to Onondaga for the first time this year, May 30th at 5 p.m. We'll give you a quick look at the standings coming into today. Of course, not factoring in the results of this game. Onondaga with 2 early wins over Allegheny. And of course, once I get home and get to update everything, Tonawanda will move to 1-0. They'll jump Tuscarora and the War Chiefs for the time being. The Tomahawks will fall to 0-1. One more time, the final score here tonight. The Tuscarora Junior Tomahawks 11, the Tonawanda Junior Braves 17. As we wrap things up, just going to quickly look at the chat, see if anything new is popping up in there. Oh, Greg throwing some of those chats in. What a play by Hayes. Drew him everyone. Yep. Defense needs to help the goalie out and pressure him. Good advice there from Coda Whitlow. Kudos to Tonawanda. A lot of work into this program. Yes, great point there, Greg. They have put a ton of hard work into this program, building it up from the ground up, developing as well. Both teams building great programs. Yep, Tonawanda organization is the player of the game. Yep. Hey, you got to have great people running the show off the floor as well to have success on the floor. They have it. Grandmaster Franklin, of course, happy. It's a true pleasure to bring this action to you, my friend. As Greg, of course, a thank you as well, as we will wrap things up for our great offsite producers, Greg and Charity Beecher, and my cameraman, Jason Pregel. I have been Trevor Butt saying so long and thank you for your support of Blue Squatch Productions.